Live from Tacoma, Washington, it's Thursday evening. What?
What are you doing?
Well, that's the opening thing for Saturday Night Live. And they say, live from New York City, it's Saturday night. But I'm live from Tacoma, Washington, and it's Thursday evening. Thursday afternoon, technically, because it's not even 5 o'clock yet. It's not even 5 o'clock and I'm starting dinner? What? What kind of alternate reality are we in? Bye. Oh, hey, can you take my car key?
Yeah.
Hey, everyone.
Bob.
How's it going? I got the itch again to live stream with y'all, and I gotta make dinner, and I figure it's been, bless you, a really hot minute since I did any kind of cooking with Noe. So here we are. Oh, I forgot. I have a little remote for, let's see. How do I, whoa, okay. I don't know why that always gets me, but it's the light. It gets me. Okay, so I'm gonna move that over there. So what are we cooking tonight? We are cooking basically baked pasta. So I do this in one pot. And then it has to bake in another dish. But first, because I'm cooking it in one pot, I'm gonna boil my water. Basically what my baked pasta is it's penne pasta, spaghetti sauce. I'm using tomato and basil. Ground beefage. Suppose you could use, sausage, ground turkey, not meat if you didn't want to. You could also add veggies and whatever, but this is what I make. Some mozzarella, not meat, some Parmesan, and then some seasonings, salt and pepper, and that's basically it. So I'm gonna cook my penne. You could do any pasta shape. Growing up I used to eat baked spaghetti. But I don't know that my family would get down with baked spaghetti.
I probably would.
Maybe. My mom made it with cottage cheese.
I would not get down with that.
But when cottage cheese is baked like that, it's different. It's not like eating a bowl of cottage cheese like I eat. But anyway. So yeah, let me get my water going.
I want to see her. Where's the camera?
It's right here.
You walk to the office door and they can see you. I'm by the spike rack.
So yeah, today was Thursday. Well, it still is. Sorry, I'm still just filling my water. Okay, so I got my water. I guess I can turn you all a little bit. Okay, cool. Turn that on. I'm going to salt my water. Okay, cool. We got that. We're gonna let that heat up. But basically, I'm gonna cook the pasta first, and then that's just gonna sit in the strainer. Oh, thank you. It is not the ideal kitchen that we want, but it works. So I'm gonna cook the pasta. I'm gonna drain it and let that just sit in the strainer. Then I'm gonna cook my ground beef. And then once that's cooked, I'm gonna drain the meat because you don't want all that extra grease. And then in goes the spaghetti sauce. Oh, it's 2 times as big as yours. It's just the layout. I wish the layout was a little bit different, but it works. And I wish I had a dishwasher and a garbage disposal. And I wish we had a water line for the refrigerator, but
They haven't seen the bathroom yet.
I don't think they've ever seen the bathroom. We got a bathroom remodel last summer. So we essentially got like a whole new bathroom. We want to add on another bathroom, but we'll see. Anyway, so cook my pasta, cook my ground beef, then add the spaghetti sauce, add the drained beef back in, mix that with some cheese, the mozzarella, the Parmesan, whatever seasonings, and then add the pasta in, and you mix, 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 mix. You'll see it as we do it. And then it all goes into, I have a fancy little casserole, little baking dish, and then you put the cheese on top, and then it goes into the oven. Oh, which reminds me, let me turn the oven on. We'll put it at like 375, I guess. I don't think it needs to be quite at 400. But you're cooking everything separately, you're combining it all, and then you're sticking it in the oven. Hi, Tootsie.
Italian herbs and blend.
That was from the bingo thing or whatever I won. But what 14-year-old wants that? I didn't want that.
I mean, you bake.
Yeah, but that's for like cooking.
It was mushroom sauce and stuff.
Yeah, it was mushroom stuff.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, and then you bake it just enough to get everything kind of combined and the cheese to be melted. And then you definitely want the cheese to melt on top, because who doesn't love melted cheese? So, I like this as an alternative to just making spaghetti. Sometimes I make spaghetti. We all like spaghetti, but I like this as an alternative because it feels, I don't know, a little bit fancier, a little more put together, but it's pretty simple. So now we just have to wait on my water to get hot. But yeah, so I've got one more day this week, Friday. I currently in my role, I'm remote Mondays and Fridays. So I go into the office on campus on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I'm remote Mondays and Fridays, which is kind of nice. Zozo is digging into donuts I got. There's a new donut shop. It's actually a pretty cool concept. It's called Fusion. And you know, I want to support other small businesses, especially local here. So if you're in Tacoma, I highly recommend checking out Fusion. It's where Dancing Goats used to be in the Brewery Blocks development, basically right across the street from UW-T. But by morning, they're a coffee and donut shop. And these are some of the donuts. Look at these twists. Like, they're the size of my forearm. Like, legit. From my hand to, actually they're bigger than my forearm. So, and they have all kinds of different flavors. I had a blueberry cake one with blueberry lavender frosting, and that was delicious. I got my bacon maple bar sitting back there waiting on me for tomorrow. But yeah, so really, really good donuts. And then at 4 o'clock, I think it's 4 o'clock, they switch over to be a lounge. So they have like small bites, and they have drinks. They do like drink flights and stuff like that. So Herschel and I have been there once in the evening just to go grab a drink and be able to have just conversation and everything. And then I've been a couple of times with coworkers during the day for donuts and coffee. So pretty cool concept. But yeah, if you're local and you like donuts, go check them out. They've got a lot of like different kinds of flavors and stuff too. Like they have a guava filled donut, and they had a blueberry fritter and a banana fritter and apple fritters and lemon fritters, and I don't know. So yeah, if that's your thing, check them out. This is also, I guess this is shouting out some other small businesses that I like. You'll like Tacoma. I love Tacoma. But I got this from one of my favorite little gift shops, Stocklist Goods, which is also downtown Tacoma on Pack Ave, which is like on UW-T's campus. Super, super cute little shop. Love the owner. Shout out to Liz if you see this. And this is actually a local brand called Bleach. Yeah, so I have like, I don't know, all of my Tacoma shirts, I think, are Bleach that I've gotten at Stock List. So there's that. But it was funny too because this is the only place I've ever lived, and Herschel and I were talking about this the other night. This is the only place I've lived where I've actually worn shirts. I've worn stuff that has my city name on it. Like, you know, when I lived in Indiana, I don't think I had any like Indiana shirts or Indianapolis shirts. Like, that wasn't like a sports team or wasn't like me representing my school or anything like that. My people, Hirsch and family, started watching your channel many years ago when I lived in Columbus, Ohio. You encouraged me to move to Washington and now in San Diego. Oh, don't let Herschel know that. That's where he wants to go, is San Diego. And I say, someday maybe we'll end up there. Maybe we'll retire there, but I don't know. But I do love San Diego as well. So yeah, you know, Indianapolis, like, I don't think I ever wore any like Indianapolis clothes. New Mexico, Albuquerque, I didn't have anything. I had a shirt from CNM, Central New Mexico Community College, where I worked. But again, that was like specific to the school. And then Seattle, I didn't have any Seattle clothes. Like, I want to say like there's not a lot of Seattle pride. I don't know. I may get some hate for that, but I also may get some agreeance in that. Like, Seattle was fun and everything, but it's not the same as living here. Like I've always said, like, Tacoma for me feels more like home than home ever did. And so this is where I love and everything. And so yeah, I love rocking Tacoma gear. And but yeah, this is the only place I've ever lived that I have like specific, like, not representing a sports team, not representing a school or anything like that, just representing Tacoma, or like, you know, a brewery or something like that. Like, no, I just rock my Tacoma shirts. I got a lot of Tacoma pride. So yeah, okay, so my water is now boiling. You can see the steam. Ooh. We need to get a new stove.
Be sure you say how long we need to cook them for. Stuff like that.
Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be, I just wing it when I cook. Y'all know I don't really give super specific instructions because this is pretty simple. So if you can boil pasta, I mean, there's always directions on the box, but I do boil it completely. So whole box goes in. They were out of my store brand, so I ended up having to buy Barilla. But normally I just buy like Kroger brand or whatever. So, and that is my tomato sauce, because actually that's everything. Oh no, my Parmesan cheese. Oh, my Parmesan cheese is name brand. It's Kraft because that's from Costco. So, okay, I'm gonna stick this in recycling. What?
Nothing. There's a big spider, probably killed it.
Ew.
He killed it. It's like this big. He killed it and he shot the web out of it.
Ew! Gross. Okay, so we're just gonna let that cook up. I realized that, so I have the camera, the tripod sitting on the counter, but it's blocking where I need to get to for my dish. So hang on 1 second. No, I don't need that. I just need access to my dish. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Can you please help?
What's that?
I need the dish.
The green one?
Uh-huh. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Oop.
Okay, so I'll move you back. Let's see, did I miss any? Okay, so this is my cute little casserole dish. And it says Wilson, made with love. I love this dish. I didn't make it, but my sister got it for us as a Christmas present one year. So I always like to put like, I don't know, special things in here. Or like, so I like meatloaf goes in here, mac and cheese goes in here, and my baked pasta goes in here. Cakes and stuff I don't really do in here. That just goes in my regular, either metal cake pans or in my like regular like just clear glass casserole dishes. But I don't know, it just feels more like, more special. Like, ooh, it's got its own little dish.
Casserole, a green bean.
I don't make, so I grew up in the Midwest. Y'all know I grew up in Indiana, and we ate a lot of casseroles. And they're called different things in different areas. I think Minnesota calls them like hot dishes and stuff. But no, casserole. So like green bean casserole was always a staple. Tuna casserole, ham and scalloped potatoes. Everything was, there was always something, well, most of the time it seemed like there was always something in a casserole dish that was like the main thing. And I can't remember the last time I made a casserole. I don't know that the family would eat a casserole.
No.
If I made one. So,
No.
not a casserole girl anymore. You know, I made green bean casserole a few years ago. I used to make it for Thanksgiving, and then it just kind of lost its loving feeling for me anyway. So, yeah. So yeah, so it's steaming. I guess I should put the fan on. That might impact how you guys can hear, I don't know, but it's gotta go. Otherwise the smoke detector is gonna get angry at me. It goes off a lot, but most of the time I'm not burning stuff.
Most of the time.
I
It's
mean,
a lot of the time that you're not burning stuff.
yeah, I very rarely have burned things.
I set a fire.
Oh, you want to tell them about your fire? So Zoe made,
I was tired, okay? I was tired and stressed.
it was cup noodles, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
forgot the water.
Zoe made cup noodles. We were upstairs, you know, chilling, watching TV or whatever. And we come upstairs and we get a little knock. Mama? I was like, what? I burned something. I'm like, okay, are you okay? Uh-huh. Well, I forgot. I made cup noodles and I put it in the microwave and then it started smoking and so I took it out. But it's okay. I put it out and it's in, I put it in the trash. And I was like,
You asked if I put it in the trash, and I said yeah, and then you opened the door and ran downstairs.
okay, yeah. Because, you know, also if you don't know, like my career in higher ed, working for college and university, like I worked in housing for several years, both in Indianapolis and then I worked in housing, but more like programmatically in Seattle. And that was so oftentimes the reason why the fire alarms went off when I worked in Indianapolis, because people would not put water in their cup noodles or they would burn popcorn. And so when she said that she put it in the trash, and I was like, oh no. So I ran downstairs, opened the trash can, and just all this smoke. So poured water, we had the fire extinguisher. So that was the first time that we ever got to use a fire extinguisher at home. If you don't have one, I highly suggest that you get one. But we were able to catch it before it like really, really caught fire. It did melt a small hole in the inner lining of the trash can, you know, the part that like comes out so you can get the bag out. But yeah, that was quite the wild adventure. So yeah, so I think Zoe was a little afraid to make noodles for a bit.
I also burned something else, but I don't remember. Oh!
You burned a cookie.
I burned a cookie one time. So I heated up a cookie in the microwave for 30 seconds, and then it got really hot. So I was holding it in my hand, and then I put it under the sink to put water on it, and then I burned my hand.
Yep. It happens.
I also burned myself on a flattening iron and
You also burned my nails.
rolling iron.
Oh, I just burned myself the other day.
Yeah,
trying to
Zozo
get-
got a burn from she baked brownies, and so got a little oven scar. But she wears that with like a little badge of pride because she was
Yeah.
baking. So yeah, I don't remember. Are you gonna put the dishes away? Great. Might as well. I'm here. You're here. The dishes are there.
It's not fun.
Well, you want to have a problem the other day to sing because he was like, well, I don't want to tell you to put the dishes away because I don't want to take place from you, but so when you get around a chance to do it.
Bruh, you just had stuff on your hands
I know.
and you just stuck your hand.
It's just water. It was on this hand.
The
right?
faucet
Okay,
was
why
colored.
is it like sudsy? Do you not see the suds?
No, I don't know.
It's
She
sudsy.
needs her glasses. She's blind.
Well, you go at the end of this month. So yeah. So Jimmy, if you're still watching, how are you liking San Diego? And how long were you in Washington? Let's see if the pasta is done. Whew. Hot. It's still a little chewy. So we'll let that cook for a couple more minutes. You obviously cook it to your liking.
Ooh, that's disgusting. Now it's gotta go back in the water. That was disgusting.
Cool, and my oven is already done preheating too. It's weird doing videos with you guys being older now and like you, instead of like trying to sneak into the camera, now it's more your choice if you want to be seen or not. So, yeah. I like this meal. Sometimes also, you know, like there's certain things that I get at Costco versus what I get at the regular grocery store. So I get, what we making, cuz? Travie X, we're making baked pasta. So I get my ground beef at Costco because I can get like 6 pounds for like, or no, closer, usually between like 6 and 7 pounds for like $30 or so. And so I'm able to usually split that into at least like 3 sections, sometimes 2. I mean, I am feeding 5 people at one time, and sometimes we want leftovers, but, hi? But I'll usually portion that out. Sometimes I will cook all the ground beef, and then I'll portion that out and I'll freeze it in Ziploc bags, so then it makes it a little bit easier for cooking during the week. 3 years, oh, you lived in Bellevue where your kids graduated high school. One's at Gonzaga, one's at UVA, and the one is in Navy in San Diego. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so pasta is done. And once Zoe is done at the sink, then I will drain this. Family of 5 here too. Does your laundry ever get completely done?
No.
No. No. There is always laundry waiting to be done. There's always laundry waiting to be folded.
That's not true. Where's the laundry to be folded right now?
Yeah.
Is there any laundry in the dryer? What's on your nose? Why do you have lip gloss on your nose?
Because she's weird.
Did I just call you out? Okay, so
But yes, there is stuff in the dryer, but it's only stuff she's been washing her own clothes.
Yeah, I'm irresponsible. Please don't burn my hand.
Okay, now I'm fully finished.
Finally.
okay, so I drained my pasta, so I'm gonna let that sit in there, and then okay, I'm gonna take my ground beefage. This is probably 2 pounds. I love Bellevue. It seems to be such a nice place to live. It's been a hot minute since we've been to Bellevue. When we lived in
Close to Lakewood.
no, when we lived in Seattle, actually, I can tell you the last time I went to Bellevue was a few years ago, and I went up there to the Target because they had a Nintendo Switch that we had been wanting. And on my way back from getting that Nintendo Switch, I got hit with a rock and got a big old chip in my windshield. That was the last time I went to Bellevue. But yeah, Bellevue's nice. Is there a way to get there without paying the bridge tax? To Bellevue? I didn't know there was a bridge tax.
You've been going for free all this time.
Oh, are you talking about the floating bridge? Like,
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of time.
I don't know. I went like 405 coming from the south. The floating bridge, I don't know. Like, again, it's been a long time since we drove to Bellevue, but I don't know if the floating bridge has a tax or like a toll. It might. I know that going to Gig Harbor, when you are trying to come back to Tacoma, you have to pay the tolls. Does anybody know a roll is a roll and a toll is a toll? You can't have no rolls if you don't pay no tolls. Does anybody know that
Oh, this
reference?
is hard.
What's hard?
Cooking meat in a pot.
Well, I can do it.
Well, you stepped away and I don't want the meat to
Oh,
burn.
it's fine. Let's see if anybody knows that reference. Okay, so now I'm just
Do you want me to move
cooking
it?
my, let's see, what did I miss? I really love Shelton. The Walmart is kind of rough, but gosh, that area is so cute. Wow, it's been forever. The girls have grown. Misty! Oh my gosh! You're still here!
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, Misty is a therapist, a psychiatrist, I think.
I sort of see them.
Oh, okay. Wow, it's awesome to see you. I know, I have been gone for a long time from the world of YouTube, and I'm slowly making my emergence back. So yeah, so I'm, had to make dinner. I kind of wanted to do a live stream. Okay, yes, you're a therapist. And so I was like, well, I'll just do cooking with Noe. So we're making baked pasta. Are you still you're in Philly, right? I just caught a live yesterday for the first time and thought the same thing. Time flies. Yeah, these girls, man, they waste no time growing up. Zara is, well, come here, Zara. You want to stand next to me?
My hands on your table.
Well, it's hard to see in the. We gotta. She is taller than me.
You're 5'3" and I'm 5'3" and a half.
I'm 5'3" and a half.
No, you're not.
No?
In shoes, you are. I don't know who told you that you're 5'3" and a half, but you're not.
You're 5'4", 5'4" and a half. They get their height from their dad. Yes. Yes.
What's my height?
Oh, baby. It's okay. Oh, she's so cute. No, she's awesome. And she is like an awesome violin player.
Yes, I am.
Moved to the suburbs. I'm in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, about 30 minutes from downtown Philly. Okay, awesome. My coworker, my friend who I work with at the university, just got back from Philly. Her sister lives out there and is like, works in like fundraising for one of the arts. I want to say the opera or some sort of like something like that. Yeah, so she just got back from Philly. She spent a week out there. I have not been to Philly yet. Oh, Misty. So you're out there. You have to go and see Otherworld if you haven't been already. So I think we talked about, well, I don't know how much you guys know about everything that we've been going. Where's Papa? Okay, so my beef is cooking. Otherworld is an immersive art experience. So I'm just adding my seasoning. I'm only adding this because I had it. It's like fresh seasonings. It's an Italian herb blend. Otherwise, I'd be using my dried herbs. I mean, no, my spice rack gets used. My spice rack definitely gets used, but you know, like, I don't always have more like individually packaged like freshness. So this had garlic, onion, basil, parsley, oregano, thyme, hot chili flake, black pepper, and sage. You went to Van Gogh Immersive in Charlotte. Oh yeah, where it's like all like the projectors and stuff. We went to that.
Yeah.
And we went to Monet.
That was cool because they had a whole little village built
Yeah.
outside of it.
So how much have you told them about Energized Tacoma and
Just very little. I've kind of briefly mentioned it, you know,
okay.
in terms of just different
Is that like on
No, I don't really
purpose
care.
or okay?
No, I don't really care.
I don't know like what I am unleashing and what I'm.
I mean,
Ooh,
it's-
I've always wanted to see Shen.
Yeah. They're closing out in Seattle right now, I think.
I want to go. Zara, when she was like in first or second grade, got to see. It wasn't Shen Yun or Shen Shi, whatever that performance is, but she saw like Chinese acrobats.
That was kindergarten.
Oh.
And you couldn't go because you were at work.
I-
and I was
yeah.
disappointed. I was very
Girl, you and me both.
There's this guy who was flipping like 20
all you
hats.
needed?
Yeah, I wasn't sure how much you talked about your immersive stuff, so.
Not much.
I choked on air.
Oh, there's a conspiracy about it. Yeah, so anyway, so besides the studio, Herschel has been working on building up a nonprofit that's called Energized Tacoma, and it focuses on art, culture, and science. So one thing about Tacoma is it's really centered in the arts. It really supports artists. It really supports the arts. So much so that there's a whole tax initiative that supports the arts. And so through that initiative, they offer grants. The city offers grants. And so actually Herschel was awarded a grant through the city, through the Office of Cultural Arts and Vitality, for an immersive art exhibit. So the immersive art exhibit here that he's putting on is called Kai's Room. It actually opens this weekend. So please let Herschel know how proud you are of him. And I'm super excited. It is super, super awesome. It's going to be free for the first 2 months. And then, yeah, that's his. Kai's room is his. He's not the artist. He's the visionary for it, and the idea maker. But he, through the grant, he was able to actually employ a couple of artists who were able to take his vision and bring it to life. So we have the opening. Your son's name is Kai. No way! That's super cool. So he chose the name. I don't say we. He chose the name because if we were ever going to have a son, then his name would have been Zachary Malachi, and we would have spelled Malachi Malakai. And so we're never having a son, so we're never using that name. And so he took Kai as a portion of that to kind of pay homage to us and our family and our journey, and like this is a way of having that. So Kai's room that's how it came to be, but it is an immersive experience. It is incredible. It's about, basically it's from the point of view of a little boy, who's in the like 8 to 11 age range, somewhere around there. Let's see. And, oh, hang on. I can listen to Hersh and Noe speak every day. You guys are a breath of fresh air, humble and intelligent. Your kids will do fine in their future as a result. Oh, that's like, dang, man. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot, especially like when it comes to acknowledging how great our kids are. Obviously, it is part of who they are, but also our efforts in trying to raise them in such a crazy, crazy world that it is now. I know. Okay, so it's so... okay, so this is my second time. Hang on. I gotta drain this meat so that I can keep it going. So hang on. I'll be right back because I gotta transition out my pasta. So I need another bowl. That's not gonna work. Hang on. Okay, so moving my pasta. Now I gotta drain my meat. Okay, so let that sit and drain for a minute. Let me catch up. So you saw ads for Kai's room all the way in North Carolina. That's wild. Yeah, so anyway, so the Kai's room opens this weekend. So it's going to be open Saturdays and Sundays for right now. But it's part of a larger storyline. Okay, so Kai's room is from the perspective of a young boy. His dad works as an aerospace engineer. And so Kai has been sneaking and reading some of his dad's notes, and he has curiosities around aliens and UFO sightings and and all the lore, right? Like there's lore that maybe Gallup and Gertie, the Narrows Bridge, was struck down by aliens. There is lore that there's a giant octopus that lives under the bridge. Like there's a lot of stuff, and obviously Bigfoot. Yes, we lay claim to Bigfoot in the Pacific Northwest here. And so it's really a fantastical journey. And so it's super exciting. So long way around. So Otherworld is a company. So if you've ever heard of Meow Wolf, Meow Wolf is like the big cheese of immersive art. They started in New Mexico, and we actually got to go and see, we were back in New Mexico in February, and we actually got to go and see the Meow Wolf in Santa Fe finally. We've been to the one in Vegas twice, Omega Mart, which is super cool. They are, they have one in Denver, and they're building one in LA, and they're building one in New York as well. So they're in like the really, really big markets. But there's another one in Oklahoma City that's called Factory Obscura Mixtape, which is another immersive thing that's kind of grassroots from the artists. And then Otherworld. Otherworld actually started from Columbus, Ohio. And there's a weird roundabout connection to my sister. My sister is friends with the people who their son was a part of getting Otherworld started. So we didn't even know that. So there's a lot of like different immersive arts, and then there's like the traveling experiences that use like the projectors and the walls and the sound and everything. So we've seen the Van Gogh, the Monet. But yeah, it's immersive art is really, you are immersed in it. So it's very different than like a traditional, okay, I can turn the fan off now because of my voice. It's different than just going to like a typical art exhibit. Immersive art is you are fully immersed in it, and you are invited to be a part of it and try to figure out the storyline, and you can touch things and open things and pick up things, and there's clues throughout if you are paying attention to all of that
The
stuff.
one in Vegas has a full-on movie.
Yeah, and so there's sound, light, textures.
Does it look better?
Yeah, it does. So I just had to add a little bit of water to get the rest of my sauce. So anyway, you're close by, so definitely go check out Otherworld. Can you guys do a video of it so we can see it? We've talked about that. Part of it is we don't want to, I don't know, we'll have to figure out, maybe we can do a, like a pay-per-viewing for folks that are outside of Tacoma who can't easily come to see it. Because so it's free for the first 2 months, but then the goal is that it would become self-sustaining and we would do ticket sales. So we don't want to put everything out there on the interwebs, but for folks that are like not going to be able to come and see it, I don't know, we can brainstorm and see what we can do, or maybe you can monetize it for a fee. I don't know if we still have our Patreon. I don't know if Patreon's still a thing. Do people still do Patreon? It is? Okay. Again, like I've been out of this world for so long that it's coming into a whole new thing. We've been talking like people doing vlogs and stuff and like a day in the life, but I'm like, I'm too in the moment to be like, oh yeah, I gotta film this. And then like, it's funny because like people, they do their wake up videos. So it's like technically they had to wake up, they had to set all their equipment up and everything. And then they have to be like, oh, good morning. I just think it's kind of funny, but that's me. So, oh, hi Quincy. Okay, so I got my sauce. I'm gonna put my beef back in with my sauce. Actually, bring my sauce over to my beef. I don't know that I added salt to that, so I'm gonna add some salt. We're gonna throw in some Parmesan cheese. This is all to taste. however you like it. Okay, I'm gonna stir that around. Crunch up all the little clusters of Parmesan. And then I'm gonna add my pasta to the pan. And some of it tried to escape and run away. And Zeta thinks that's so funny. Okay, so, and then you really just mix it all together. And get the pasta mixed in. So, you know, the pasta was sitting for a bit. I don't let it sit in the water because I don't want like super soggy pasta.
Yeah.
I don't like, you know, too crunchy of pasta, but I definitely don't like super soggy pasta either because that's just kind of like
That's
gross.
like soggy cereal.
Sorry if you like your pasta like that. I do not. I would eat it al dente, but everybody likes it a little more cooked beyond al dente, but not soggy. So I've got that all mixed up. Now I'm going to add in my mozzarella. Again, this is to your liking. Do we all still have the garden? Yes. And we've got to find the time to be able to put it together for this year. But I don't know if you were following, Herschel did a lot, because we can't live in San Diego like Jimmy does. Herschel brought some of the tropics to us. So we have banana plants and we have some windmill palms because that's what the climate can sustain here. They're all still very small. We've got some Musa Baju banana plants. We've got some dwarf Cavendish, and I bought him a big Abyssinian, which is like the red banana plant. None of these are really for eating. The dwarf Cavendish are supposed to be good bananas for eating, but I don't know if we'll ever get them to the point where we can eat them. We'll see. Okay, so mixing this up. I'm wondering, this seems a little dry, so I'm going to see if I have any leftover spaghetti sauce. And I do. But I can't use it because it got mold. So, scratch that. This will be fine. So, I've got this mixed up. I probably would have used a little bit more spaghetti sauce. I wish sometimes they made either the spaghetti sauce containers a little bit bigger or made like really small ones. Because sometimes these guys, the 24 ounce, just aren't enough. And you don't want to use like 64 ounces because then that's overkill. Oh, I do have tomato paste, but doesn't that thicken it? I have tomato paste that I used from the recipe and then I froze it. What do I do with the tomato paste, Misty? Do I just mix it with water? What?
I think I need another like relaxer because this right here.
Yeah. Okay.
Mama,
What?
I think you just add 3 inches of water.
3 inches of water? What are you doing, Miss Ma'am? Water will loosen it. Should we try it or should we just go with this?
We should just go with that.
Just go with that?
Can I have one?
There you go. Okay, so now I'm gonna 3 inches of water like it's raining, I know, right? Okay, so we're gonna transfer this into my dish.
Are we just gonna eat it like that?
Nope.
I'll help you.
What are you doing?
Thanks.
What is she doing? What's she doing? What are you doing?
She's making big pasta.
Ooh.
I think Zena enjoys live streams more than videos.
I think you all enjoy live streams.
Thank you. Hi.
So got that all into my
Subscribe.
pretty little...
Get us a plaque. Plaque, 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 plaque.
Okay, so we're just gonna make this all even. Cool, you can see it. This is to feed all the big bags.
But it's too big back. It won't fit in the pan.
It will. It's fitting right now. Okay, so then
Because
we
you're
just...
shoving it in there.
Yeah.
You're going like this.
Okay, and then my favorite part, more cheese. Don't forget to take your Lactaid.
That's right, guys.
Can I help? I need some. Everything that drops on the floor, Ophi eats.
I know, he's a little Hoover.
He's a little big bag.
Okay, so it is done.
Yummy!
Here, actually, let me. This is the pretty side. So it's done and ready to go in the oven. So I don't cover this. You could make this ahead, and I've done that before. You just want to make sure that you're either
Ophi.
not preheating your oven if you're putting it in your casserole dish, so you don't bust your casserole dish, or you let it sit out for a little bit, and or you maybe put it in a bowl and then put it in a casserole dish right before you stick it in the oven. Whatever, but I have done it where I've made it ahead of time. Again, some of the shortcuts I've done is like if I have my pre-cooked beef already, that makes things so much easier because then I can freeze it and I know it won't go bad before I can get to it. And you know, we use ground beef and spaghetti, pasta, tacos, nachos, sloppy joe, chili. That's a really good one because Herschel makes a good chili. So sometimes it's nice to have the beef already cooked and then can just throw everything else into the crock pot. So yeah, that's that. And then, oh, hang on. Okay, so go with that. Hi, pretty. Oh, Zeta. Looks good. Yumzilla. Big bags. Yeah. So it's been a while since we've been on. But yeah, this is, come here. Can they see? This is Oreo. Say hi, Ophi. And Oreo is 3 years old. So it's been a minute. Still have Quince. But Oreo was the newest addition.
Panda.
Well, Panda, I mean, of dogs. Panda's been the newest because she's a little black and white hamster.
Wait, did we get the hermit crabs before? Or
The hermit crab's after. It's, you know, we have a zoo. Yeah, so we have 2 dogs, 3 cats, a hamster, 2 hermit crabs, and we still have the chickens. But you know, we have a cat and a dog and a turtle and you have an axolotl. Oh, that's cute.
We're gonna put our key holder.
Yeah.
My head's still wet and it looks like
This is Panda. I also call her Pandy Paws. Hi. Say hi, everybody. Hi. Do, 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 do. She just woke up. You sleepy. Misty, you have no pets? What? Oh, she smells the food on my hand. No, ma'am. We've got more than enough pets to go around.
Mountain dog killed a baby bunny this morning on our walk. I was pretty upset about it. I'm upset too.
Whose dog?
It said a mountain dog.
A mountain dog?
MT dog.
Oh, I bet my dog. Oh, so my dog. Growing up, I had a greyhound. And she was a rescue greyhound. And you know how because she was a retired racing greyhound, and she was outside, and get her, and she jumped up and snagged a bird straight out of the air, like just chomp, and then ate it. And I don't know, I was probably in high school, like a sophomore or so in high school, and I was so mad, I was so traumatized, and I'm just like yelling at her and like trying to get, that was not a fun experience. So yeah, but yes, little Pandy, I like having little hamsters.
You need a guinea pig.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love the idea of having all these pets, but then it's like when it comes to taking care of them.
We need to buy some land so we can get a goat.
I don't know that I'd want to go. I like the idea of all these pets and everything,
But you don't want to take care
but
of
it's a lot of maintenance, and we're busy people, so. Taking care of them, working, all the rest, it gets to be a lot.
Tired.
And somebody wants a bunny.
Somebody.
And we made it clear that if somebody wants a bunny, then they need to show that they will take care of it.
I clean my room.
Yes, but...
You said if I clean my room, I could maybe get a bunny. And if you said I take care of the pets, then I do take care of the pets.
Yeah, our shelter has bunnies too. For free. You're not going to North Carolina. Yes, she does. She says she favors me. My sister calls her my mini me. She is a lot like me. Never had pets, but if I was to go back, I want to be like you all. I mean, you know, I think that they're like the life that we give the kids, like, because you have a lot of friends that don't have pets, right?
Me?
Yeah.
My Tina doesn't have pets. My Emily, I don't know if she still has Douglas or not. My Neytiri doesn't have any.
So,
I don't have a lot of friends.
and we have a overabundance of pets, but they're pretty irresistible. Huh? Yeah, you can give her a treat too. So anyway, I just put the pasta in the oven. I kind of keep an eye on it because, again, we cooked everything. So everything was all cooked together. You just want it to cook long enough to melt the cheese, to kind of get everything combined, and then make sure the cheese on top is melted. I put it in at 375. It'll probably be in for half an hour or so. Dogs are a lot of work. Like, because we have, you know, when we go on like Airbnbs, sometimes we'll do like, you know, 3-4 day little getaways, and we bring the dogs with us. You know, the cats are fine to stay for that long. If it's longer than that, then we have somebody come to the house for them, and the chickens and all that. But I really want to take the train someplace, like take the train up to Bellingham or take the train over to Leavenworth. And you can bring dogs on, but they have to be 20 pounds or less, and they have to fit in a carrier. Quincy definitely fits that. Yeah. And Quincy has traveled with us. Quincy has flown. He was Quincy Vegas pup, and he walked the streets of Vegas. And then we took him when we went home to visit family. And so he was Quincy, Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio pup. Yeah, weren't you? Yes. So he's great. He's easy to travel with. It's the big back, Ophi, that he's like 35, 38 pounds, something like that. And so we can't do it. So then we'd have to have a dog sitter and just, yeah. So I probably, when it's time for the dogs to go over the Rainbow Bridge, I don't know that we'd ever do another dog. Or if we do, then it'd be like a small little dog. Okay, so I love dogs, but they're a lot of work. Yes. Last time you went to Leavenworth, it was on fire. Yeah, it's really hard to get there in the summer because wildfire season can start in like July. We haven't been to Leavenworth because I don't want to drive in when it's snowing. I don't want to drive over the passes because a lot of times you have to put chains on your tires. We don't even own chains. I wouldn't even know how to put chains on my tires. And that sounds a little too risky. So we haven't been. We potentially might go. The girls are on spring break next week, so I'm taking off. So I have the whole week off with them. The Cascades are rough and snow. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So taking spring break off, we have a couple of things that we have to get done earlier on in the week. But we may try to sneak in like an overnight. So maybe, I'm kind of going back between Bellingham and Leavenworth. But yeah, we have not been to Leavenworth yet. I've been up to Bellingham twice. Because I've been up there for work, I've been up to Western, and I've been to, where else did I go? Cascadia's in Bothell. What's the, bless you, I can't think of the school. They're all pretty much either one. It's Tripleberry, I guess. Why can't I think of Whatcom College? That's the college I've been up to as well. So yeah, so either one, I'm not sure, but we might try to sneak in a little get away. Oh, Ophi. Okay, dogs, go. You're not supposed to be in here. Okay. I watch the live cams all the time. I love that state's beauty. Ever been to the Poconos? I have not. That's in New York, right? Anytime I'm saving up for a trip out of country, it gets spent on a trip to Washington. I don't know that I'd go out of country right now. Cascaded on my way to Gonzaga and it snowed. It was a nightmare. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep, I still haven't been out to Spokane. So I was supposed to go to Spokane, was it last spring? Last spring or two?
We go on so many trips, I can't remember.
Well, I was supposed to go to the central and eastern Washington, and it was supposed to be for work. And I was going to hit up all the community colleges, like between here and the eastern part of the state. And because, I recruit for my job. So was going to do that. Had my trip all planned and everything. And then it snowed. And this was April. I was supposed to be going. And it snowed. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going over the passes and risking it. So won't risk it for the biscuit.
Mama,
What?
is there anything that I can have for food? For
your
like my dolls?
For your dolls?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like fake food?
Yeah.
Did you make a knife?
Midnight.
You have Play-Doh.
You have the modeling clay.
Yes, I'm still at the college.
Here. Get out.
Yep, so I still work with the Skagit Valley Tulip Festival. We went up there probably shortly after we moved here, when we were still living in Seattle, because that's a jaunt. But we did go up there. Gosh, that was probably like 2015. I don't think Zeta was born yet, so I think it was just Zoe and Zara at that point. So it's been a while, but we did go up there to see the tulip fields and stuff. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm too young to remember that. Zeta probably wasn't born.
You don't remember that?
Nope.
Yeah. But yeah, so yes, it is pretty muddy.
Here?
No, in the tulip fields. So yeah, so I still work at the university. I work in our engineering and technology department now. I am the advisor and recruiter for prospective students. And then this year I've gotten to we designed a class last summer and I've been able to teach this whole year. So I've taught in fall, winter, and spring quarter. And I co-teach with 2 other of my colleagues. So that's been a lot of fun, really cool. But yeah, I've been with the university system, will be 11 years in June. I hit my 10-year anniversary last summer, and I've been within my role now. I've been there for just a little over 3 years now. So, yes. You guys have seen Leo before, right? The cat. He likes to hang on. Oh, look, you're making eye contact. Say hi. Say hi. Educators are amazing. You know,
I'm a math teacher.
I have also had a lot of exposure this year to like the K-12 system. And oh, look at you. You're like a little koala. Like I just hosted 100 middle school students on campus who are interested in computer science yesterday. It's a lot. You know, I chaperone the girls on their field trips sometimes. And then I was doing art after school programming. Man, working with other people's children. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. It takes a lot to be able to handle that. Oh, and I did get to go to the college and career day at their middle school, and I got to present. So that was fun. They got to come to my session, and yeah, that was pretty cool. That was fun. That was special. So yeah, pay teachers more. Pay college educators more too. Pay everybody more.
Like me.
Isn't that right? Look at him. He's like full on eye contact. You're so silly. Oh. You want him back?
Yes.
You guys have seen Leo before though, right? Maybe not. He's a bit of a baby. Okay, let me wash my hands. Again, Leo. Oh, see, I started dinner earlier, but because it has to bake and everything, it's 5:55. So, parents are students forever, teachers. That's true. So you have an aunt and a cousin in Tacoma. That's awesome. Oh, okay. What am I supposed to do with this?
You keep it.
Okay. This means you want play dates then, huh?
Yes.
I just got a Post-it note with one of her little friends who's at the neighbors gave me a Post-it note with her parents' phone numbers on it. So, yeah, you know, her social life can get pretty busy. Zoe's working. Zara has a social life. She's been doing little kids business fairs with a friend. Like, it's crazy. Herschel and I just have to sit down every night of like, okay, where are you tomorrow? What are you doing tomorrow? Who can get the kids? Who can take the kids? Like, we are in the thick of it. But it's all right.
Someone's always busy.
Yes. Ooh. I can hear it bubbling. So probably just a few more minutes. Why is he crying?
He wants to go outside.
Is he crying, baby? So yeah, so this was your father's a retired military. They came to visit us back in '85 and never left. My father was then deployed to Fort Carlson, Colorado. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something very special about.
It's like a hawk or some eagle. I keep hearing it's like, it's like a robinson.
Really? It might be an eagle.
I think it is.
Is it Leo?
We were on a walk the other day. We walked to the park. We're within walking distance to Wapato.
The pipeline bridge.
Wapato Lake. Lake Wapato. Wapato Park.
Wapato Park.
But there's a lake there. Wapato Lake.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, and on our walk, we just hear this, how did it sound?
You're asking me. Here, I have a recording.
Woo-hoo.
Hang on, wait.
We heard an owl, and we were like, oh my gosh, it was like super loud and super close. And we looked up and we were looking for it, and it was an owl. Like, he was big, and he was out during the day, and he was hooting.
Hooting and hollering.
But that was pretty cool, pretty special. I don't know what kind it was. Sorry if you guys. Oh, well, those are other birds.
Sounds like this high-pitched, loud, deep. It was a big bird.
You hear it? Woo, 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 woo. Hey, that was pretty good. So yeah, funny how life works. They came to visit and never left. We were stationed at Fort Lewis. Awesome. Yeah, now it's the JBLM. It's Joint Base Lewis and McCord now. So what?
Can Nora come in our backyard? Like go through the front door? No.
We're getting ready to eat dinner.
Please.
Maybe not today, but another time. We're getting look. Do you see?
Yeah, but I want to play with her.
Maybe another time.
Nora from your class?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, we do have a lot of daylight left. I mean, it's 6 o'clock now, and the sun is still going. This was the first sunny day that we've had in a bit, so
It was still cold though. It was freezing.
yeah, a little bit. But this is what I love about living up here. But like, man, a 60-degree day hits, and it's like, ooh, it's hot. It's weird. I remember a place called DuPont. Yeah, that's to the south of us. It's north of the base and south of Tacoma. It's a pretty nice area. We haven't really been down there, but that was an area. Nope, that's right, DuPont. Like, I think there was a company named DuPont, like carpet or chemicals or something like that.
Can she come after dinner?
Maybe, we'll see. Washington's so different. 60 here is cold as heck, yeah. But 60 here is like, oh my gosh, like
That's
it's
just a regular day.
toasty. But yeah, it's all. Our sun is also like extra piercy. That's a word. I made it a word.
You make a lot of things a word.
I do. It fits.
Scoopy ice
You
cream.
must say it. Yeah.
And then she repeated, do you want that scoopy ice cream too?
It's the power of persuasion. I just got it.
I got to persuade you to give me a bunny.
And where's your bunny? Jean, you're in Philly too. Hey, Jean, it's been a while. Your high is 87. Ooh, no, we're still like in the 50s. Yeah, ooh. Is it already humid?
The temperature right now is like 50, 56.
Yeah, but it's nice. Like I didn't wear, I had a, did I have a short? No, I had a long sleeve shirt, kind of like a billowy, well, it was a Costco shirt.
Our high is 56, our low is 34.
Yeah.
It said the sun is showing at
Washington offers beach, ocean, mountains, and that's what I love it. That's what I love about it. Like it just, yeah, there's just something magical. And city too. Like you get city, you can get saltwater, freshwater,
a seagull.
the mountains, seagulls and crows having it out in the streets.
Yeah, downtown.
Yeah.
Close to downtown. They fight over food.
But sometimes the seagulls are out here too.
You can smell
like
the sea spray from over here.
3.5 miles from the water.
You can smell the sea spray and feel it.
The lush greenery. Yeah. But it is a little too soggy sometimes.
A little. I'm slipping in that chicken coop.
Okay, I think it is time to reveal what dinner looks like. So, I got my trusty glovies. Oh yeah, she done. Ta-da!
Try not to get burned again.
Can you hear it? Yeah.
Sounds like a cicada.
How's that for some ASMR?
I hate cicadas.
Okay, yeah, so you can see it's like golden brown on some of the edges and the higher points. The cheese is nice and melty. Everything was cooked, and so it just had to meld together. And this is the only casserole I feed to the family, and they love it. But yeah, that's it. So, with that being said, 77 minutes later, from start to finish, that's how long it took for dinner. Not bad. And for like a full on like baked meal. So that is one of my go-to things. It's been a while since I made it though. But yeah, so for busy families, or if you got a lot of mouths to feed, it goes a long way. We'll usually like for dinner we'll eat like half of this probably.
It's filling too.
It does smell good, Jimmy. I'm glad you got the smello tube. But yeah, so anyway, thank you. Jean, you're almost 68. That's amazing. I love it. Greta like golden brown. Yeah, so, well, and I think I shared my last thing, but I just turned 43.
I just turned 14.
And you have a job.
Yeah.
You got a job. You paying those FICA
I'm not paying
taxes. Yeah, you do. You just don't see it.
Oh.
Trevi-X, you're 10 years younger than me. That's how a lot of my friends are 10 years or younger.
Who are you?
Yeah. 43 years young. Very 43 years old, but this is for a whole nother video, but I should probably do a video on like the changes in life and what our older generations didn't share. You're 48 years old. Woohoo!
Oh,
Okay, I'm back. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm back. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm back. So, yep, we're gonna eat dinner. We're gonna chow down. I will catch you in my next live. I don't know that I will go with the recorded videos. We'll see. I like this because then it feels like I'm talking to my friends.
I told you.
Well, it is like
you
I'm talking
you
to my
like
friends.
Talk, and you said no.
I
Like
do
you
like
did.
to talk.
You literally said that you don't talk a lot and you don't like to. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
when it's something I want to talk about and when it's people I want to talk to.
So that's pretty much almost all the time.
Not all the time. I don't like everybody.
I know.
But that's also another video.
I know you do. You talk about it all the time.
All right, with that, bye friends. I will see you next time. Okay, there we go. Boop.